So I'm making a rotating sign. I'm gonna put some cool decals on it. Just showing you guys how it started out. This is a motor from a rotisserie. You could buy these on eBay for about 20 bucks if you're gonna try to build this yourself. And now I'm just boxing this in. I took a metal pole right here. I angled the corners with a angle grinder right there. And what I did is I edged it off so it's square. Now this fits into here, and this is what we'll be rotating. Gonna keep going with this thing. Got a nail gun, some tools you'll need if you're gonna try this yourself, screws, drill bits, stuff like that. Let's keep going. Progress is happening. Got the motor all encased right there. Got the top portion. The pole's going in there. You see that little washer right there that I glued so it can rotate smoothly. And this is the back wall right here that's gonna be supported. The light is gonna come into, the wire's gonna come into here and drop in here into the rotating sign box. Got all the casing done, so that's all complete. I made sure that I was able to remove this block right here, and what I did was I put 6 screws in right there, so if I remove this, the whole bar can eject, so that way it can be worked on if you ever need to change something out. So that all comes apart, and you can see it spinning, and on-off switch right there. Turn it on and off. I'm gonna drop a light through here, so I'm gonna have to get back in here to drop a light inside of the rotating sign. Open this thing back up just so you guys can see the wiring diagram, and I put in the light. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. I got an on and off switch for you people who don't know how to do that. It's on the other side of here. Okay, so we got the on off switch. When we hit the thing off, it turns everything off. And when you hit it on, it turns on the motor and the light. So I drew a little diagram for you guys so you guys can understand it. If you copy this, you'll be able to do it. All you're doing is putting the motor and the light, 2 wires on each, tying them together. You got your power outlet, and one of them going to those, and one of them going to the on-off switch, and the other one going to the lights. So really simple concept. Copy that diagram. You'll be able to do this for you people who are going to try to build one of these. And then the light is going to drop down out of here, out of a hole, and then the hole on the box that's spinning the light will be just a little bit bigger, and it will be supported on the inside right here, much lower than the light hanging inside of the unit. As far as I got now, everything is wired up correctly. You just have to build the box. Looks a lot prettier put together. If you guys want to copy the design, that's the only reason I'm showing this all off. Let me turn this light off. Better? So you got the on-off switch, turns it on and off. Obviously, real simple design. It looks more complex than it is, and the light is gonna hang just like that inside of there. I'm gonna get a smaller bulb, of course, and make sure that people can get access to changing that bulb when they want to get inside of there. And that's about it. So what an easy design. And if you're ever taking wood shop in middle school, you can do this. But showing it off so you guys can get an idea of what to do. Building the box that the sign is going to be on or in, whatever you want to call it. I did my measurements, and I was going to go 12 inches high and 16 inches long is what the sign's going to be. And I made sure that it would swivel. When it did turn, it wouldn't bump on the walls on the inside. I am going to slide the plexiglass in. I'm probably going to sand this before I spray paint it, and it'll be transparent somewhat where the sign will bleed through. And what I'm doing is using my table saw, and I'm cutting a groove in here, but I have to make it twice as thick, so I'm going to run it twice and run them all the same. Right now I ran them all. As you can see, they all got that groove. I'm going to put in a second one so they're all the same, and the plexiglass will slide in, make sure that I can get into the compartment. So I'm not going to use a nail gun, because if I ever got to change the bulb, you'll be able to access that where the sign is, to make sure that when I did put this in here in the center, that it would turn. So what I did is I took a measurement on this little piece of cardboard, and I'll show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. And I put that right there. It's 8 inches long. Let me move this light bulb out of the way so that could turn, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. for you guys who are gonna build one. You see how it made that corner. Show you guys again. If it holds it up straight. Had it the first time. Anyways, I'll help hold it. You see how if it's at 8 inches, it makes that turn and it's not gonna bump against here. Point out here, I think what I'm gonna do, because if somebody bumps this sign, I don't want it to be solid where it will break. So this little hole here came in, made my brain think about that. So what I'm gonna do is put a piece of metal in, maybe left and right, maybe a washer on top, and then that sign is actually just gonna set on it. And when it sets on it, it will turn it. But if somebody bumps into it, it's not gonna break the gear or something like that. If you guys understand, hope you understand what I'm talking about. See how I said I ran it twice? I'm just gonna keep clearing it back and forth, and got a little bit of, need to remove that. I think it's just paper thin, but anyways, you see I'm getting that thickness that is needed to fit the plexiglass in. You can see that plexiglass will slide in and out of there. I got my box built and I slid the plexiglass in it. I am gonna make this side right here removable, so I'm gonna put screws in here. So in the future, you have to change the light bulb. You'll be able to just unscrew 4 screws, remove the side panel, get in there, put your hand in there and screw the light bulb in. I just got done staining all the wood. That was about yesterday, I think. And then the 2 pieces are spray painted white, the plexiglass, sanded it and then spray painted it, laid them flat so the paint wouldn't get no drips on them, so they were laying flat on their back. I found the center in order to put this on the pole right here by folding a piece of paper that was exactly the size of this, folded it down in 4, and then I laid the edge right there, and then that center point is where I want to drill it, because that is the center of that piece of wood. I'm going to drill a hole through on that side, and then going to drill a hole on that side, but the hole on top is going to be much bigger around so that the light wire can fit in there and it can spin and not bump into anything. And I'll build some kind of support beam in the center right here that grips onto this, so that way the square doesn't wobble all around. You'll see it as you continue to watch the video. I got everything set up where I'm going to start putting this together. I took the 4 screws off the backing of this right here, this block. I removed the light bulb, I unwired it. Remember when you go to build one of these, to make sure that every compartment can be gone into. I'm gonna drop the metal rod in. Oh, I need to go the other way. So everything has to be able to get back into, just in case you gotta fix stuff. A good builder of building projects and stuff like that, you can always go back and access things, because sometimes you make mistakes, and if you can get back in there, that's great. So the reason I did that, because I got a pin right here on this metal rod, and it had to go from the bottom. I'm dropping the wires down in here. I am putting, hold on, I'm putting that metal rod through the hole. It's hard to see because it's all black. There it goes. And I'm now gonna screw that back together on the back end. Together. Yeah, 6 screws. That'll be a little faster for you guys. Alright, got that in place where I want it. Now you guys can see this can freely turn once I connect my light, and I just need to put a support beam in here, and I'm gonna connect it some way like that, but I'm gonna make sure it stays out of the way of the light. So let's go ahead and build that, then I can slide my panels in, and we're pretty much almost done. Where I'm at now, I got everything in place. I want you guys to know that I'm building this as I go. There's no plans for this, I'm just coming up with this myself. So as I turn that on, you see it spinning, but now I need to center the box in the center because of the space for the light. You see that, how it's rotating in there? So I need to have this centered in order for this to work successfully. Oh, it's bumping the screws right there until I screw them in. But all I need to do is center that, and I think we're home free. But I thought I was going to put a stick going up and down, but I didn't even realize that when I thought about it before or after I did it, the stick would bump the light. So I can't do that. I'm going to have to go left and right with my stick and possibly put a screw in here. So it has to have some type of support to hold this so it doesn't so it stays centered. I'm sorry. So this stays centered right in the center, and that's what we need to do. So I got to figure that out. I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to see the best possible way to engineer this thing and get it going. Plans for this. These are the plans that I'm making for you guys. So that's why I have no plans to reference to. I have to build this the best way I can to show you guys how to build one of these. I'm really happy with how this turned out. The glow is awesome. The turning is awesome. This is going to be a real nice feature in anybody's man cave. If you make one of these, nobody else is going to have one. All your friends are going to want it. The only way they can get one is they got to build it or have you build it if you can do it. So, can't wait for those decals to get here. This is going to look awesome. Sticking the decals onto the rotating sign. Looks amazing. If you guys agree, leave a comment. Peeling that off. I think I paid 18 bucks for both of these on eBay. Already made. All I did is tell them what size I wanted and they made them. Pretty cool. Alright, so the sign is complete. We're going to call this project done. Hopefully you guys can build one of these. If not, leave a comment with your address and I'll make one for you and send it to you for free. Alright, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up.